My name's Roberta Barker. I am the coordinator of Section 5 Foundation Year Program, the Era of Revolutions. And I also teach theater in the Fountain School of Performing Arts at Dalhousie University. Section 5 explores the period that begins with the revolutions of the 1790s. So famously the French Revolution that begins in 1789, and also the revolution in Saint-Domingue, what's now known as Haiti, that followed immediately after that. And it carries us through the 19th century and these tides of successive different kinds of revolution, not just political revolution, but the industrial revolution and the playing out of a lot of huge changes in thought over the course of the 19th century and up until the First World War. But it also begins, one of the first texts that we read in this section comes out of a natural disaster. And that is the eruption of Mount Tambora in 1815, which caused in 1816 the so-called year without a summer. Basically, the cloud of volcanic ash from this eruption created clouds that covered the sun and led to a whole year of pretty much cold rain, global impact. Agriculture was really severely harmed. Populations all around the world dealt with starvation, job loss, really deep natural disaster. And an interesting sideline of this disaster was the birth of one of the most famous novels of the 19th century, and that is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I think one of the things that speaks to me really strongly right now, and maybe will speak to others, is that it's the story of a human being who wants to control nature and who loathes the idea of death, who loathes the idea that he can't control, that he can't keep his loved ones from dying. He experiences the death of his mother in an epidemic. And he creates a being and imbues that being with life without the involvement of any other human being. No mother, just him and the creature. But as soon as he sees this creature, he is repulsed. It looks wrong. It looks ugly to him. It's repulsive and disgusting to him. So he rejects his creature, which he has in a sense created. And the creature, naturally, when he comes into being, is looking for love and looking for community and looking for siblinghood. He wants to be a brother of other humans, but he is rejected because he looks different and he doesn't fit into established human society. And so eventually, because he can't create a relationship with his creator, spoiler alert, a lot of havoc ensues. And in the end, Victor Frankenstein, while trying to stop death and control nature, actually brings about the destruction of everything that he loves. And I think it's a really profound warning that Shelley was posing to her own time, which was a time fascinated by the idea of progress, by the idea of let's have a huge revolution and change everything and create bliss for everyone on earth, or let's have an amazing scientific and industrial revolution and create all these new ways of living that will eradicate pain, poverty, suffering. If we bring about all this progress and change, but we lose the fundamental core of human societies, which is the connection between human beings and the possibility of sympathy and community between human beings, we lose everything. And I think this is profoundly something that speaks to us right now, where certainly we have a deep drive at the moment to resolve what we're living through with COVID-19, to find the vaccine, to find the cure. And in a sense, possibly also in some cases and in some discourses, to find out who to blame and where to point the finger and say, why are we going through this? It's your fault. But even more deeply, I think it's saying, beyond all values, perhaps, is this value of being able to find sympathy and community and points of connection between human beings. If we lose that, we lose everything. And if we have that, perhaps we can rebuild everything. It's one of the really major reasons why this book, written by a very young woman in the midst of a natural disaster, in 1816, 1817 is still speaking to us today, and is still a really important book for us to be thinking about.